Hello, listeners. You are listening to Screaming Drunks Podcast on 97.3 Drunk U FM. What's up, Kota?
Hey, what up?
Nothing. We got a little drink. Got a little coffee. Little was it spiked with Kahlua? As
Why
you
does
do.
it look like you just took water from your backyard and mix it with some mud? It's very like dirt brown.
Yeah. Doesn't taste like it though.
I'm glad. Um,
Hey, Lois. I'm drinking fucking mud water.
I'm sponsored by Mudwater.
This episode is sponsored by Mudwater. Holy frick! Use code WATERMUD for 15% off Mudwater. Oh, Peter, we can't drink Mudwater. Chris is allergic.
I want to clarify for legal reasons we are not sponsored by the actual brand Mudwater with a V.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's like this dude who's like, your gut is full of intestinal bullshit and full of shit. And you have like a gut biome and you feel like you want to clean it out, drink some mud water. This thing will clean you out. And it's like this brown powder that's full of these funny chemicals that you put in water, and it looks like actual mud water.
It sounds like some Liver King type shit.
Yeah, I don't know if it works or not or
It
what.
probably doesn't. Not
Yeah.
not accusing anyone of anything, but it probably doesn't. Half these things don't work.
But our mud water sponsor though.
Me when Mudwater.
Yeah, so anyway, let's cut right into it. I don't have a drink in this episode because I already had a drink earlier. I had a lemonade with Gallant vodka.
How was that?
It was really good. Slightly buzzed right now.
Ah, there we go. Screaming buzzards. Am I right, guys? I need everyone to laugh at that joke. We will lose funding. We are losing funding. They are going to cancel this show. Tell your friends to watch it.
How am I supposed to afford my CBT? Fun news that happened is my friend no longer in hospital today.
That's good to hear, man.
Yeah,
How long was
bad
he in there
news.
for? It was like 2 weeks? More?
3
3
going on
weeks.
to the 4th.
That's rough.
Yeah, he can't walk until like another month until he's properly healed.
Yep, physical therapy. I
Woo!
know about all that. Not for me personally, but family members. So
Yeah. Other bad news. My other family members that got in a car accident in the same month. Their son is in recovery, no longer in ICU. He's good. He's walking and talking and brushing his teeth, so he good boy. Um, However, the father, on the other hand, it's looking like he's not gonna pull through.
really that bad.
So he's had 3 surgeries on his stomach because I don't know all the big jargon,
Yeah, big
unfortunately.
doctor lingo, big making $200,000 a year lingo.
Yeah, but his stomach keeps doing the bad, and it's giving him like putting him on the verge of sepsis. And so his kidneys can't keep up, so they
Yeah.
are putting him on dialysis. They did 2 surgeries on his femur, and then his lungs keep filling up with fluid, so they have to do like a tracheotomy or whatever the fuck and
Jesus
fix his
Christ.
lungs. And that's not even like that's just the major parts. He still
Yeah.
needs his ribs fixed. He still needs his arms fixed.
Well, you can't
They're
even
just at
can't do that
what?
until that other shit's fucking taken care of.
Yeah, and then they don't want to do too much because they don't want to put more stress on the body.
Yeah.
So, like, he's not doomed to die.
But
He's
it's
just,
it's a long road.
yeah. Like, this is where he's probably going to be. Like, I'm more worried about
Yeah.
them drowning in the hospital bills
Yeah.
than recovery.
Yeah, that's even with a pretty good insurance, that's still gonna be a hefty bill.
Yeah, and it's 2 people in that family.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to like dox them or like keeping them having their privacy. But I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine, like, even after all this, the femur and the arms are fucking broken, the ribs are broken, the organs are broken, and that's gonna like be years to recover
Mm-hmm.
for physical therapy, and that means he's out of a job.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that means, the single mother now has to pull for it to um and third thing, because viewers weren't here, on Wednesdays my eyes started
Yeah, I
bleeding.
was wondering if you were going to talk about your own hospital experience or we're just outing others.
No, I was gonna save mine for last because I feel like they matter more than me.
Oh, well, yeah,
Oh,
but like let's save that little more haha one for last.
yeah. So apparently I had this really fun thing called subconjunctional or subconjunctival blah, blah, blah. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
is that German?
It's subjunctival or whatever the fuck. Um, hemorrhaging, which is where my blood vessels in my eyes pop. But the part that makes that really concerning is because that can lead to high blood pressure issues, which could, cause
Mm-hmm.
heart attacks. But the problem that really scared me and my family is because, one can pop and that can be normal and it goes away. I had three that popped simultaneously, one in my left eye and two in my right eye.
Well, how long were you sitting in the ER for?
My mom's like, "Oh God, we're going." Okay, so in my area, we don't have any 24-hour urgent cares, so we had to
Yeah.
go to the actual ER, and it was like 9 o'clock when we arrived there, and then we got in at like 10:30.
Oh, that's
No,
not
that I think
awful.
that was like the fastest ER, and
And probably because it is definitely compared to who I don't know what else everyone was there for, but you probably took it a little bit more of a priority than like my son is coughing and won't stop. Please, doctor, save his fucking life.
so there's this person that my mom sort of knows that was there, and they were there for visitation hours because their friend started bleeding from their asshole.
Dude, I do that all the
So,
time when I shit. That's fucking normal. Be a man.
yeah, man, take a shit,
Be a
wipe your
man.
ass.
Bleed from your fucking ass.
Um, the other woman looked like she'd been in a car accident previously in her life, and probably was having like some form of checkup, or maybe having what's the ER? They wouldn't go through the ER for checkup. There
Uh,
wasn't really anyone that looked like they were in immediate need, and
yeah.
I wasn't in immediate need. I just kind of passed through. What's weird, there was this guy that was in a wheelchair and was like slumped over in a lot of pain, and I went before him. And I'm like, I know my eyes are bleeding, but like, can we get this man in, please?
Yeah, low key.
He's slumped over, just
Bro slump.
wincing and
Oh,
yeah.
that's Tony. He's here every week. Don't worry
Tony
about
the
him.
Slumper.
Tony the Slumper. He rolls in here by himself. It's actually pretty cool. He does it one-handed.
But yeah, well, all the doctors are like, "Do you have eye pain?" I'm like, "No." Are you nauseous? Are you
I say,
vomiting?
were you like, was your vision like at all like a little blurry or anything?
No, it didn't even reach my pupils. It was just
So,
only in the
did you just
sclera.
like notice it like when you went to the bathroom and you looked at your eyes or something? You went,
Yeah,
that's not right.
yeah, yeah. And then
Mother,
they're like,
awake from your slumber. Check this out.
yeah, they're like, "So did you have like a really hard shit?" And I'm like, "No." Did
Ha
you
ha ha.
strain? And I was like
No.
on the verge of saying of like, "I've cummed harder than this shit." It's just like, it
Bro,
was just
low
like,
key though, you be an ER doctor, you might have made their night saying that.
oh, I made the doctor's night even better. Because they go, have you been to your PCP doctor in a while? And I'm like, I sure as shit my doctor isn't taking PCP. And they're like, no, your primary care practitioner. I'm like, what? Why is it PCP? Like,
Bro, I have to get a PCP by the way. A primary care physicianer. Nah, I
yeah.
paid a $20 copay to go to urgent care. Not because like urgent or anything. I just like I've had a rash for like months, and I want to get it checked out. I know that
Mm-hmm.
they might have like tests they could do. I was hoping we just get like a blood test or something. I'm not sure. It was awesome because I was really the only person in there. I showed up at 11, and I got in 2 minutes later. But I shit you not, I was in that room for 1 minute and like 20 seconds with the doctor. He's like, yeah, well, if you had it for this long, it might be psoriasis, but we can't test for that here. You're going to need to get a primary care physician. I'm like, all right, well, hope you enjoyed my $20 copay.
Yeah. Uh, for me, my checkup was a $415 payment.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And we really wanted the urgent care, but if it's blood pressure issues, that must mean I could have a heart attack any
Well, yeah,
moment.
it's an unfortunate thing, and not to get
Yeah.
political or anything. That you had to like. It's one of those things where you
Yeah.
had to go to the ER. You can't. It was better.
Yeah.
You could obviously in hindsight probably could have waited, but that's hindsight.
Well, what's funny, right, is that they told me if you ever experience these symptoms, come to the ER, which
Yeah,
is your eyes hurt, they're sore, there's more bleeding, and fucking nausea, dizziness, or any uneasy feeling.
you sound like one of
Because
those
those,
commercials that sells like
yeah,
medicine. It's like if you experience
yeah.
one of these, stop taking it and get to your doctor immediately.
They're like, these are the big red flags that we are trying to figure out, and if you ever show any of them, it's a big issue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. So, by the way, I want to put some context. The last 2 weeks, I've been working with getting 4 hours of sleep every night, and then I will wake up at fucking 10 a.m. spend the rest of my day and night until like 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. going to bed.
Crazy.
And
Awful.
so after like a day after I go and take my social studies test and pass, I come home and I'm like, man, my eyes hurt. And I'm like, it's probably hurting because I've had so many doctors shine lights in my eyes. And,
Yeah.
I've been looking around because I drive 40 minutes to my test. Then I drive
You
40
had to drive
minutes
40
back.
minutes?
Yeah.
Without doxing yourself, like, is this not at the, like, near community college?
So the near area does not do any testing for the last 5 years. They keep telling me we're going to put testing centers here. We're going to put testing centers here. And so then I was talking to my teacher before I left class, going, "Hey, where do you think is the best one?" And I was talking to ones that are like 4 or 5 miles
Were
away,
you going
and
there? Were
they're
you going to the one that's nearby you for your classes, though, at least?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you haven't been driving 40 minutes one way the whole time.
I've been driving like at most a 15-minute drive with
Okay. Yeah.
bad traffic.
Yeah, I know how that. I know kind of where you're at.
Yeah,
Just so everyone
but
knows, he lives on 36 West Flower Boulevard in Idaho. It's a town right outside Boise. Go there. That's where he lives. Throw eggs at his house. What are the
yeah,
chances that's a real address? Probably not.
that would suck for that person. Do not harass said fake address.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so how can I say? You know that very long, boring road that we all know and love?
Oh, yeah.
I have to go all the way down there to my test center, so it's like 18 miles.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Average
so
Arizona drive. The European mind cannot comprehend.
yeah,
18.
driving.
Oh, 18-mile drive? That's not too bad.
Yeah, like 40-minute drive. By the way, that big long road has traffic on it, so it makes it a 60-minute drive because there's construction,
Oh, of
and I
course
hate
there
it.
is.
Because it goes down to one lane, and then it does that weird thing of where it goes to the oncoming and then goes back into the normal lane.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes like 60 minutes to get there just to take a test that I finished in like 30 minutes.
So
And
funny.
then another 60 minutes to drive back home. And it's like a gallon and a half of gas for me. And it's just like, what the fuck?
So fucking funny, dude.
Oh. But yeah, so anyway, so it's like, okay, so my eyes just hurt from like, the previous day, driving, taking a test, reading, then driving back home, and then going outside, doing fucking like chores around the house. And then like all evening I was getting flashes of just like eye strain pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's probably because of all this that happened. And so then like around 12 a.m. I'm getting like this, like, I never really experienced dizziness besides spinning in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
So I always thought dizziness was like the feeling of spinning in the circle. No, I actually understand what it's like to have the world to feel like you're on a boat. And I'm like, this is a big issue.
Yeah.
However, it's almost 1 a.m. and I'm not paying $830 in 1 week. So I went to bed. I was tired. I
Bruh.
went to bed. I woke up. Everything's gone. I feel normal.
You know, whatever works. I want to be upset with you, but I mean, maybe you were just tired. You had a long couple days.
I I really want to say it was tired because the fact that I went on 2 weeks with like only 4 hours of sleep like every day.
And then that happened, and then yeah.
Yeah.
See, my
I just
eyes, my
want.
eyes hurt when I was watching Madam Web. God, awful fucking movie, dude.
I'm glad I didn't watch it. I heard. I
Dude,
heard like.
you gotta watch it though. That's the thing.
Uh-huh.
So fucking funny. Like easily one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And actually, so did you ever watch Morbius?
Hold on, I gotta look Morbius up because
It's
I.
Jared Leto vampire.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so like remember like that was bad too.
Hmm.
I actually gained an appreciation for Morbius after watching Madam Web, because watching Morbius, it's a bad movie, right? But you
Hmm.
can tell like certain people behind it like tried. It
Hmm.
didn't turn out well, but like there was some thought, there was some trying there. Madam Web is genuinely one of the shittiest fucking movies ever. There's no way people were cracking smiles between scenes. They were just like fucking static. God awful movie. Like Sydney Sweeney, you know who she is?
Is that the main character?
No, she's the blonde girl. She's known for having a very large chest. That's the proper way to say it. She's a big character in that show Euphoria.
I've
Um,
never watched Euphoria because it scared me.
fair enough.
What was her name?
Sydney Sweeney.
I really hate that Google immediately popped that up. Like, I didn't even type in anything, and
Yeah.
it's like, related to recent searches of Madam Web. I have.
I've seen her in Euphoria and in the White Lotus. I think is what it's called. And she's like not a bad actress, bro. She did not give a single goddamn fuck doing this shit.
I have.
Oh, well, a mix
I
of
have.
that, and she was given like nothing to work with. Like I was watching, I'm like, this. She is not an awful actress. This is just like they don't want to be here.
I'm noticing some like older photos of her where she smiles and her lips look really thinner. But
Mm-hmm.
then when I see like modern photos, her lips are
Probably got
huge.
lip fillers or injectors or whatever they fucking call
Yeah.
it. Look, bro, as long as she doesn't get
Anyway,
that weird cheekbone thing that all they're all getting, that shit's no one looks good so far.
yeah, the buckle fat, whatever it's called.
Yeah, dude.
She's a pretty gal, but I've never seen her in anything.
Yeah, like I said, I only know her from those three things, and she's in some other shit. Euphoria, I'll be real, she was alright. I mostly just got forced to watch it. Um,
I saw the scene where like these chicks were in a hot tub, and I know the chicks were talking about like something very mean,
mhm.
and so then the dude goes, "Yo, man, that's pretty mean of you guys," and they all ganged up on him and just bullied him.
Little,
Uh,
little too much teenage sex too.
oh,
It's like,
ew.
yeah, it's well, obviously they're not teens in real life, but they play.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just one of those things where like they're just having sex scenes to have sex scenes. Like this is awkward and doesn't do anything.
Like
But the good parts of this show are really good.
Okay, good. I don't think I'm gonna watch it,
Yeah,
but
it's I
I'm glad that there's like it reminds me of the old TV show Skins, which
heard of it.
I was like 13 at the time, And like I just know that 90% of the ads were just teenagers in or not even teens, but like young adults in college and condoms and sex and like drugs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that does not sound anything fun to watch.
Bro, there's this I'm gonna spoil Madam Web. Oh no. Really funny bit, dude. So my one friend was visiting here in Ohio a couple months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he had never seen none of us had ever seen it. So we all watched it, and we made a drinking game out of it actually. But there's this one bit we literally were dying of laughter. We had to pause the movie. What happened? So like earlier in it, right? The Madam Web character, Dakota Johnson, whatever her name is, who also just doesn't give a fuck, and I think she actually might just be a bad actress. She's like teaching them how to give CPR, like the three girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the movie, she almost drowns. They pull her out. They're like, guys, we have to do the, yeah, you're right. Like literally almost worded like that, and then they start doing the CPR shit. Bro, I went, dude, they're doing the CPR, and we were fucking dying of laughter, dude. I think it was genuinely crying. It was so goddamn funny. That's like one thing we did with the drinking game too. Is like you had to drink every time they mentioned or like Pepsi. Like Pepsi was there. Pepsi is a part of the climax of that movie.
Oh,
God.
just because drinking game was mentioned, I want to say my favorite drinking game. Take a shot anytime Quentin Tarantino film shows feet.
Yeah, dude. No, I finally watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he was doing that on purpose because of the memes. I swear to God.
Yeah, no, it was there just because he is self-aware now.
Yeah, because like I was watching it with my girl, and she's like, "Is all his movies like this?" I'm like there is a lot of feet, but I think he is doing this intentionally now.
Like I think the best like movie that was okay with feet had to be Death Proof because like one scene I can justify is where Elizabeth Winstead had her feet sticking out the car window and he walked up and like poked her toes, which you can say that he wants to kill them and he's just teasing his prey. I
Yeah,
can see that. That seems more justifiable than in Dust Till Dawn, which he didn't direct, but he was part of it. And he had Samela Hayek, I can't say her name, sorry.
Selma
Literally
Hayek.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pouring tequila down her leg and him just going ham on her hogs,
Bro, no,
dude.
there is a part in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where Margot Robbie's feet are like in shot and they're like dirty feet too. I know that like because like some people have that thing where like they have that fetish for like dirty feet for some reason. I'm like this motherfucker, dude. Is like he is like in a kitchen cooking. He's like I like.
If
So
you think
funny.
that's bad, there is a scene. I also forgot Margot Robbie was in it, and now I
Yeah.
recall. It's like, oh yeah, there's a scene in Jackie Brown where Robert De Niro has like his whiskey on the coffee table,
Uh
and
huh.
this chick is trying to tease him, so she keeps trying to put her feet on his drink on the table, and I'm like, that is Quentin, I get at least it's clean, but the like Robert De Niro got annoyed and like grabbed his drink, so she will stop
Yeah.
putting her feet on his drink.
I'm trying to think of Quentin Tarantino movies that don't really show feet at all, and right now I'm thinking Django and Reservoir Dogs. But
Does Hateful Eight have a foot scene? I don't recall.
I wasn't a big fan of Hateful Eight, so I watched it once a long time ago, and I haven't watched it ever since. So
Got it.
I would be a bad one to, but I feel like that one might not actually. Speaking of drinking games, man, remember we talked about on the last episode that we did?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were one of the 2,000 people that listened to this podcast, you would know that we talked about doing the 999 challenge, which is you eat 9 hot dogs, drink 9 beers within 9 innings of a baseball game. And I think we left off being in the I want to do it, and our drunken possum over here was like, nah, dude, we're not doing that shit. But being the dedicated person I am, right after we finished recording, we stayed in call and basically came to agreement to do it. and never again. We kind of talked about it. It seems easy, and I even said I heard people say it's not easy, but I don't know, it still seemed kind of easy. No.
So, I want to clarify. Our big man Trey over here won. He did the challenge. He is a victor. Unfortunately, I was under the mindset baseball was still 3 hours and 30 odd minutes.
2.5,
But then
maybe.
he told me, that they have
The pitch clock.
a ball, pitch
The
clock.
pitch clock.
And so the games are now 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm like, oh. And then the game ended in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Now, I'm not saying that's the reason why I failed. What I'm saying is because I was like, you know what? 7th beer, 9 inning, let's do this. And I chugged the last of it, and that was enough to just make me puke in the toilet.
Because you have what? You hit 7 beers and 6 hot dogs? Or you were 7 for 7?
7 for 7.
You were 7 for
at
7.
At the 9th inning.
Yeah. So, for me personally, I literally finished it with 45 seconds left. It was the bottom of the 9th, and I was staring at the last hot dog, and it looked like I was staring into the face of Hitler. It just was evil. I didn't want it. I knew it could harm me, but it was getting towards the end, and I'm like, this is all I have left. I've consumed 8 hot dogs and 9 beers. I can do this. I finished it, and then 45 seconds later, the last ball went into the air, got caught, and the game was over. And bro, I took the fattest fucking nap afterwards. And then I took a bunch of what's it called? Tums. And dude, that whole night my stomach hurt so fucking bad. But it was worth it.
What was funny is after I threw up, I was like, I can eat more hot dogs and beer right now, but I didn't because I know that would be a bad idea.
Yeah. Luckily, my bladder is super small, so it helped get beer out of my system pretty fast.
See, I have the unfortunate. I think I have an enlarged bladder because I can drink up to 2 liters of water and hold it in all day.
Yeah.
Not even on purpose.
Fuck that shit, dude.
Actually, no, not 2 liters. Okay, so my cup. Do I have a little sticker anywhere that tells me?
It's a big cup though, probably.
Oh.
But for anyone who wants to attempt the challenge, good luck. It's fun. I'll give you that.
Okay, it's 40 ounces.
Still, I mean, that's a pretty good amount. I'd probably piss an hour after drinking that, if not twice.
Yeah, it's not that I have difficulty peeing. It's just sometimes I just don't pee.
Yeah.
But I do have days where I drink this much. Do I have to pee? And then I'll go and try to piss, and then I piss. I'm like, okay, let's keep doing that.
That's epic, I guess.
Although I do want to say for any of those who are concerned with my health, I do pee in the morning, I do pee at night, and I do pee sometime in the middle of the day.
If you follow him on Twitter, for the next 2 days after episode's released, we will be doing a pee tracker. Yeah, the piss tracker will keep track of how many pisses he takes in a 48-hour period. So don't worry. Last thing about that, the 999 challenge. It started off pretty easy. Not even besides this is easy because I have an empty stomach. But people were getting on base, and there's scores getting run in by bullshit. We watched Diamondbacks versus the Mets, and Diamondbacks won, thank God. But then I think around the 4th inning, it started speeding up. It started speeding up, and it was hell.
Yeah, I think the 2nd inning was the longest one because the Mets scored 3 times that inning.
Yeah.
And then everything was just out.
Yeah, it sped up real fast until the 8th, the bottom of the 8th, I think.
Due to Trey and I have time differences, I had to start this at 10:30 in the 10:40 in the morning.
It's pretty funny.
And then I started puking before 1, so...
Dude, that's epic. That's a cool thing. That's what cool people do.
That's not a cool thing.
If you're listening to this, drinking and puking before noon or before 1 p.m. is cool. You should do it. Do it often. Very cool thing to do. People will love you.
You know what I miss? Trash donuts.
Trash donut? What the fuck is a trash donut?
So I had some friends that used to work at Dunkin', and when they
Oh yeah,
end
yeah.
of the night they have to throw out donuts. I will come by and scoop some of those donuts before they get thrown in the trash,
You did,
and I get
oh,
free
that's
donuts.
actually kind of epic. When my
Yeah,
when my
well,
dad worked at the gas station for a bit because they served like hot food there, and like
mhm.
they before they throw it out, he'd like fucking we'd have like our fridge full of like obviously not fucking amazing stuff, but like those burgers, hot dogs, corn dogs, just a shit ton of it. He'd bring it bags home. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, I just miss having free donuts because donuts don't taste that good once you pay for it.
Yeah, there's a cat attacking my leg, dude.
So adorable. He has a cat now.
Yeah,
I want her.
cat poggers. Let's get a close up there. Yeah, look at that.
For viewers at home, he has his adorable little kitten in his little hand, or in his big
Yeah,
hands,
my
because
big
it's so
man
little.
hands.
Yeah,
The
and
vet's the
she's
vet thinks she's about 9 weeks old. So
yeah.
yeah, she's a sweet little thing. What were we talking about?
The 99 challenge, trash donuts, and
Trash
your
donuts.
adorable
Yeah,
cat.
bro. It's actually funny you bring it up.
Oh,
You know it's National Donut Day today.
is it?
Yeah, no, it genuinely is National Donut Day. I think uh, it's funny because like the deals. I heard my phone go off. The deals at like Dunkin' was like for any purchase you get one free donut. Meanwhile, Krispy Kreme, the Chad of donuts, was like you get a free donut just cause, and also a dozen is $2. Fucking
So
Chads.
$2 for a dozen of just Krispy Kreme. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm a person who really likes plain donuts
Mm-hmm.
because
Dude, a
there's
glazed
just
donuts. I like a glazed, just a regular glazed
yeah.
donut.
Uh, Curlers are my favorite donut, but the issue with curlers is that they're very light because they're airy on the inside, and they have a glaze on top, just like a light glaze.
Mm-hmm.
But when you leave them out for like a day, that glaze makes the bread, like the dough, soggy, and they're not good.
Ooh.
They're really good fresh, not great when they've been out. So not a lot of places make them because they got
Mm-hmm.
some fresh. And they're somewhat hard to make, but I love them. And
My
then like, yeah.
sorry. My favorite version of a donut is the Long John, like a filled Long John.
Oh, I was gonna say I love the maple long johns.
Ooh, yeah, dude. The maple Long Johns, fuck. So out here we have Sheets, and they have like the best gas station donut, dude. They're like very fluffy. It's like when I bite into like a Dunkin' donut, it like really quickly just like dissipates. Like I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but
Yeah,
it's like they're very thin almost. Those ones they have some like bite to them. They're thick. Oh, so good.
that reminds me of I used to live Bashes when I was young, and that's how their donuts were. They had
Mm-hmm.
air in them, but they also had donut in them.
Yeah. I was Japan has some pretty good donuts. They have a place called Mr. Donut. Those ones are pretty good. It's like almost a halfway point between like they're a little better than Dunkin', but not like top notch shit. But they also just have like a massive variety. I like to go when they had their Pokemon donuts.
There's a donut shop, and I can't remember what it's called, and it is the most disgusting fucking donuts in the world. And it's uber popular. This is back when I was working for Uber Eats.
Uh huh.
And
Bosa, Bosa donuts maybe.
no, Bosa's good.
I'd say because
Bosa's
Bosa was pretty good. Bosa has some good coffee if I remember.
yeah, you told me about that. It was I need to look it up. But anyway, it was out in Gilbert,
Uh
and this
huh.
fucking this donut shop, essentially what they do is that they're like, here's a plain ass like round donut, like with no hole in the center, and you can put like 80 gajillion toppings on it, and these things come out to be like half a foot tall of just like
Jesus Christ.
whipped cream, chocolate, caramel, like fucking some people add nuts, some people add sugared like pecans or um pretty much any junk food. Like they had M&Ms, Oreos, but they were just these tall, sugary, sweet. Like the
Mm-hmm.
donuts were bad. It's all just one flavor of sugar at that point, and like all the donuts that looked good to me, they didn't have because it was just gluttony, and they charged like $12 a
Oh,
donut.
fuck that. I know you're
Yeah.
getting all those toppers there, but fuck that, dude. I just can't bring myself to spend that much on a donut.
It would be great if you bought one donut, load it up with all the toppings they have, bring it home, and buy like a $5 dozen of donuts at Walmart and
Mm-hmm.
just use those to dunk your
Yeah.
donut.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? Do you remember, like, back, especially where we lived? I know we had a couple of them, even back before our town blew up. Um, like frozen yogurt places, like Froyo.
Oh yeah.
Dude, and, like you like have all those fucking toppings. I actually been craving frozen yogurt recently, but like the craze has like died down. Like I didn't realize like how big frozen yogurt was until like recently when I'm like, damn, it's kind of hard to find frozen yogurt now.
I am actually not a frozen food guy. Like ice cream's mid to me.
Oh, I fucking love
Um
ice cream, dude.
I see the only time I like ice cream is French vanilla with peach cobbler that's warm.
What? I'll take the vanilla, but leave the peach cobbler out of there.
Yeah, see, I just
I'm stereotypical as fuck. I like cookies and cream. Like I'm good with that. I love cookies and cream.
I don't like Oreos, so
So, yeah, actually, so it's funny. They don't make it anymore, I guess, which sucks. But they had, you know how there's golden Oreos? They had
yeah,
like a
I love
golden,
those.
they had a golden Oreo ice cream, and dude, my little fat kid ass would like destroy those tubs. Like, you ever seen that video of those like ducks eating a bowl of peas and they just fucking
Yeah,
demolish it? I looked like
yeah.
that. It was bad, bro. I would melt those motherfuckers.
So my mom has an ice cream maker, and what's nice about this ice cream maker, because it's part of our KitchenAid blender. So what you do is you take this like blending mixer bowl, and
Mm-hmm.
you just put it in the freezer. And then you take it out, you put it in, you dump your cream, whatever the fuck you need, and it makes it. But what I liked is that it's almost soft served alike.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Blue Bunny hard, like you gotta
Yeah.
chew on the ice cream. Very soft. And so then I took some Nutty Buddies. For people who don't know, those are chocolate covered wafers.
Or also your best
Uh,
friend.
yeah. With I think there's some peanut butter in them, and I
Yeah.
crunched them up and put them in the blender. Best fucking ice cream I've ever had. And then Nutty Buddy came out with a actual ice cream like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's ass.
Yeah. Half the time, those flavored ones barely taste like. Well, I think
Yeah.
we tried the cosmic brownie one, and it's just the reaction of like, I mean, I guess a little, but like,
Yeah.
like I've actually I think I showed you the video and I've already recorded it where I'm
Yeah.
trying all the
Yeah.
Reese's stuff and not to spoil, but I mean that was like most of it. It's like it tastes like it a little bit, but not
I feel
like.
Yeah, I feel bad because like I don't like Reese's, and there's a few things on there that looked good to me.
So okay, I'll give a minor spoiler. The best tasting one, not even because it necessarily tastes a lot like Reese, is these fucking animal crackers, dude. Like they taste a little bit like it, but oh my god, dude! I yesterday, I almost finished that fucking bag. It was dangerous. It was dangerous.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the photo you sent. Oh god, I found the hot dog photo I sent you after we were done. Because in general,
Yeah, I mean, I totally sent you that picture, which I can just resend it
yeah,
if you can't find it.
that would be nice because I'm not
Yeah, I
finding
got
it.
you. But
And memes,
yeah,
where the fuck did it go?
like I said though, most of that shit barely ever tastes like it. It's like things that like oh, it tastes like grape. It never fucking tastes like grape.
Because there's different species of grape. Because I know, like, banana, how everyone goes, oh, banana doesn't taste like banana. It actually tastes like a old species of banana that
Yeah.
we no longer eat. Oh, what the fuck is it? Oh, I barely had the word for the grape flavor. Because there's, like, the artificial grape flavor. Hold on, what fucking
I sent
grape
you
is
that
that?
picture.
Yeah, artificial grape flavor.
Are you a grapist?
Maybe.
You heard it here
Um,
first.
come
Well,
on, where is it?
while he searches for it, I do want to shout out this week's sponsor of Nobody. Nobody has been with us since the beginning of this podcast, and we really wouldn't be where we are without them. So thanks again, Nobody, for sponsoring this episode.
I can't fucking find it. Oh well, it's not worth it.
He's like, it's not worth the bit anymore. It's no longer funny. We're fucking done here.
Yeah, the only thing out of that, like the Reese's thing that looked good was the ice cream bars and the granola bars.
So, um, the ice cream sandwiches or the ice cream cones?
Sandwiches.
So the sandwiches were good, but okay, spoilers, I guess, whatever. Um, it didn't taste like Reese at all. Like they were delicious, but it's like it's just a typical like that chocolate wafer on top that all of those
Yeah,
sandwiches have. Like
yeah,
it's the same chocolate they use. It's not Reese chocolate, and then it's like Reese peanut butter in the middle, but like barely. Like it just kind of tastes like a
yeah.
regular like peanut butter like ice cream sandwich. Like it just feels
Damn.
like a peanut butter ice cream sandwich. Like delicious though, delicious.
Hmm.
But in terms of tasting like a Reese, not really.
Yeah, because I figured like if that was like more chocolate peanut buttery, that'd be
Mm-hmm.
really good.
I,
But the fact that it isn't,
I think
lame.
the big issue I found out too is like Reese is made with milk chocolate, and a lot of these
Yeah,
things are not made with like the same milk chocolate. It's just like some other form of fucking chocolate. That's like half the issue of why it doesn't taste like a goddamn Reese.
I do want to say something about chocolate.
Okay, go for it.
So my mom is addicted to like Facebook, TikTok, right?
Okay.
And so she's becoming like every like consumer brain TikTok user where they
Oh
see
no.
something on TikTok and they go and buy it. So
Oh
she
no.
bought Tony's chocolate bars, if you've ever heard of them.
I don't believe I have.
Apparently on TikTok or Facebook TikTok at
I'm
least,
looking
they
this
were
up.
like all over the place. And apparently it's like a really good chocolate. A lot of people are claiming it's the best chocolate they ever had. Well, now I want to clarify two things.
Tony's
I
chocolate, you
like,
said?
yeah, I like Tony's chocolate because majority of their proceeds go to keeping kids out of the Congo in the chocolate slave trade, whatever the fuck.
I think I've seen
Um,
this packaging before.
yeah, so for those who don't know, Africa still has a lot of child labor issues and whatnot. And so sometimes kids are forced to pick cocoa off of, the cocoa plant.
Mm-hmm.
And they're used to make chocolate. If you want to look into it, just look at Nestle's chocolate. I'm just going to let you know I might be assassinated by Nestle because I am the biggest advocate of Nestle is a disgusting corporation that prevents people
God.
drinking their own local water
Yeah.
and buying chocolate off of child slavery.
God.
Like, come on.
It. I am not rich enough to boycott Nestle, but like, if I could, I would.
Yeah. I generally stay away from Nestle consumer
Which is hard
products.
because there's so many products that are still under the wing of it.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that shit's
It's
fucked. Those motherfuckers, they're the type of people from that Lorax movie who would sell air to people.
Yeah, yeah, they literally would. They would make a
Yeah.
buck off of you breathing.
What that guy saying?
Oh,
Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel
yeah.
up and die. Lorax
But
mentioned.
I did have their milk. My mom bought like the variety pack of like the small little bars.
Mm-hmm.
And now I do like the fact that it's for a good cause and they're actually ethically sourcing chocolate. Cool.
Yeah. It.
I
On that.
would say, yeah,
Oh no, you go because I'm about to sort of change the topic. So you go.
yeah. The milk chocolate tasted slightly better than Hershey chocolate, but I've had better chocolate in my
Yeah.
life. And now I'm not a milk chocolate fan, but their dark chocolate went hard.
Yeah.
It was all the nice, delicious, earthy tones in dark chocolate, and it wasn't that bitter.
I'm a big fan of the. I think it's Ghirardelli. Is that what it's called? Ghirardelli.
Yeah,
I'm a
Guild
big.
Deli.
I'm a big fan of their. I think it's like 84% dark chocolate.
Hmm.
I'm a big fan of like that, like the 78 or the 84%. That's where like I fuck with it heavy.
I do want to say their dark chocolate was probably around a 74% because
Okay.
of the lack of bitterness. It might be
Yeah.
even lighter. They don't state the percentage,
Mm.
but 80% and higher is usually what's called baker's chocolate, which is chocolate that's used in baking because
Yeah.
chocolate gets like
Well,
um
that's how, like I learned very quickly when I was young. When I was trying like that 84%, you don't take a big bite like you would a Hershey's bar. You take very small bites because then,
uh-huh.
like, if you take a huge bite, it's gonna fucking suck ass.
But yeah, no, I was taking okay, so how their chocolate bars are rearranged, Tony's like warehouse or chocolate factory where they produce the cuts in the bars actually like if you're looking at a bird's eye view of their factory and all the
I
buildings
was wondering
surrounding
why
them.
it looked like that. I saw that picture where it
Yeah.
looked very like funnily like that, huh?
Yeah. And so it adds fun like pieces, but it's a bitch and a half to break off because it's
Yeah,
like, well, I want that small piece, but I can't break this big piece off though.
yeah.
But it's fun. It's unique. It's part of their image branding. Um, do I think it's worth $5 for the big bar? Depending the one you get. If
Yeah,
you like dark,
but it's like
yeah,
a large Hershey's now is like 350.
yeah. I would say if you like dark chocolate or you know that there's a flavor you like, I
Mm-hmm.
say it's worth $5.
And it's also you're
However,
supporting a good cause.
yeah, I would say get the $9 where they have the mini chocolate bars because they do something that I'm not a big fan of, and it's like all their chunks, like so their pretzels,
Mm-hmm.
their toffee, their caramel, are all these little round bites, and so it's not as cool as like whole ass pretzel chunks.
Mm-hmm.
So some people may not like it, some people will. I think the everything bar is really good because you can literally taste everything and not be shocked, but
Br-
in milk
Bros
chocolate.
eating the everything bagel.
Yeah. But like you can taste your salt, you can taste the pretzels, you can taste the almonds and whatnot. So what was the other topic you want to bring up?
Oh, so it was just like we talked about how like them being kind of like a good company.
Yeah.
It's like and how it makes it kind of worth spending extra money. So like that's why I'm a really big fan of like Patagonia. I don't know if you hear what they do.
I've never heard of the company
You've never heard
until
of
now.
Patagonia?
No.
So they're kind of
I
the type of clothing they make is comparable to the North Face, where it's kind of like outdoor clothing.
Oh.
Like look up the logo, maybe that might help a little bit or ring a bell. But like all of like pretty much all their shit, like if you look up on their website, it like breaks down like, hey, this is like made of like 80% recycled material, and nearly everything is has a like a stamp on it that's fair trade sewn. So like whoever like made that piece of clothing was like given a fair wage, or it's like
yeah,
they like a certain like it built into the price is like money that they then donate to like projects that keep like national parks or just like lands like clean and taken care of.
mhm.
And
Okay, I've seen the logo.
mm-hmm.
I never like I was like, oh, it's the mountains with the cool like
Yeah,
sky, but I never pay attention to
and
the
it's like
lettering.
really high. It's really high quality stuff too. Like a long sleeve like is $65, but even like but even then these days, a lot of companies like even like cheap ones are fucking charging almost the same amount. Like they may charge like
It
$50, but for the extra $15 more, you're getting like a good quality thing, and you're supporting like
mhm.
a really good cause. It's one reason they're not
They're
on the national stock exchange because like that's not our goal. Like that we don't care
mhm.
about fucking all that shit. We want to like make good products, but then also be able to support like the earth.
It reminds me of like early North Face, I think it was.
Early North Face, and like they still sort of do that, but like North Face, you kind of like they don't have like that fair trade sewn stuff, or it's like not that collaborations are bad, but like doing like collaborations like constantly with like Supreme and stuff, like it kind of like speaks down
Yeah.
sort of on
Not to mention like I okay, shout out.
shout
Shout
outs.
out for all the shoe heads in the world. There is a YouTube channel I love called Anvil, as in like a blacksmith's anvil, and Rose, like the flower. Anvil Rose.
Mm-hmm.
He cuts shoes in half. Like, the most recent one is he cut a $34,000 shoe in half.
Oh,
And he didn't even put it in the title or in the thumbnail.
bro, Chad move.
Because his whole thing is that I want people to come in and buy a shoe of quality, and it's like you don't know what the quality is like, and so like he'll cut like Supreme shoes,
Mm-hmm.
like he's more on boots, I want to say,
Yeah.
but like he goes, what's the difference between this $500 boot and this fucking like $30 boot? And so like he goes through the material, he explains what the material's like, the puncture rates, how much it weighs, how much it's cost, and like all the materials. He cuts it in half so you get like to see all the
Yeah.
construction and how it's built. Um, and he did that with North Face products, and he's like, North Face sucks
Yeah.
because it's all fake leather. It's all cheap and cheesy, and they
Mm-hmm.
are asking a lot of money. And so, like because you also talk about history of the brand too, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I learned about early North Face, which were really chilled, awesome people.
So the makers behind Patagonia and North Face, they were like friends. They were like best friends.
Damn,
So that's why
imagine
they're
watching your best friend
yeah.
sell out.
Yeah, basically. Fuck, what I was gonna say something.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was going to say something, I forget though.
All right.
Um
Well, while you think, I will entertain the chat
oh yeah,
or the butt chugger nation.
okay, you can go with it though if you're gonna do something funny. If you can do something for the bit, go for it.
Yeah. So anyway, the other day I was walking down the street and I saw this funny looking car, and I found out this funny looking car was actually a Jeep Grand Cherokee with fucking Tesla Cybertruck. No, it was like the Model X rims, like the weird plastic covers.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It
That's
was
so weird.
yeah,
Bro wants to be a Tesla so bad.
yeah, but it was a fucking Jeep like SUV wannabe thing.
Yeah, I know what you're
I
talking
don't.
about.
Yeah, and it had fucking Tesla rims. And then I saw something similar on Twitter today, and it was some other random SUV that had Tesla rims.
Jesus. I forget. Okay, there's two things I'll say, but one of them was just kind of wrapping up the Patagonia thing. One other thing I like that they do, not to keep sucking their dick or anything, is
Yeah.
like, well, it's like they have a program. It's like where you can send in your used shit for cash, and they resell it, so you can get shit cheaper. But then you also get cash back for selling your shit to them. Or like
Oh,
if you buy your stuff from like even if it's like secondhand, you can send your stuff like if it's like gets like messed up or something, like you can send it into Patagonia and they'll fix it.
fuck yeah.
That's like one of my hats. Actually, I need to send in because it got like a really bad like weird stain on it, and I don't know how to get it out. And I might send it to them.
It
But
might be a sweat stain.
I don't know. It's like I'll have to shout like because I tried washing it out, but you know how
Yeah.
that be.
I have a old ass Vans hat that's gray, and you can see the sweat stain on the bill. And I've tried washing that. It's just you gotta wash your hats more often.
Yeah.
Eh.
Well, I was gonna say, do you wanna lead us off for the night with a gun corner?
Gun corner? Sure. I'm trying to think of something good to
I,
talk about for gun corner.
I feel like every week you're caught half blindsided by the fact you do a gun corner. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, dude.
Yeah, no, it's because I keep forgetting to plan them because I have other shit going on.
Yeah, it's got real things
And
going
so,
on.
yeah, okay. G36C. If y'all know that. You know the engineer
That sounds
class?
familiar.
Battlefield 3 engineer class,
Oh
the
yeah, dude.
carbine?
Yes, that gun fucking's awesome. At least
Right.
in Battlefield. I don't know. You're about
I
to tell
want
me
to
like,
say, I want to say, the gun slaps in aesthetics. It wins all the time. Like when I think of cool looking guns, I think of that nice rectangle. Um, However, in real life, the saddest thing I've ever heard about that gun is, have you ever hold an airsoft gun before? Like a
yes,
cheap one.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know that weird cheap plastic feel that you feel?
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. The
Ah,
airsoft quality are better.
damn.
Apparently these rifles were only designed to like shoot, I think 30,000, and they're really affordable. And HK like won the market with like the MP5 and all their like the Mark 25, and I think even the USP was out at that time. Um, and so like HK had a huge fucking name. And then they had the G36 and it cost a shit ton. They only sold it to police and private military and they never took it over to the States. And then they eventually made a civilian version, which was made out of a different plastic, had some different things, and it wasn't quite like the G36C or the G36 or the G36K. And there's probably some more variables, but I don't remember all, or variants, but I don't remember all of them. Anyway, apparently the sights are really loose and they just don't shoot well. The gun doesn't perform. The fact that it's such a short life. It was generally just more of a, hey, European police company,
Proof
you
of
want
concept type of shit.
it's more of like, hey, you want affordable rifles in case like the 1980s Olympic terrorist attack happens again?
Huh.
And so countries are like, yeah, sure. So they bought these rifles and they stayed in storage. They hardly take them out. And then America finally got their hands on it, or at least the police and government. And they're like, what the fuck is this shit? I can snap it over my leg.
They went, oh nah, bro, this shit's mid as fuck.
Yeah, and so they just kept buying the AR platforms or the M16 platforms, wherever one you want to call it. And America just, we're going to keep using these ARs because they're here and they're cheap and they're better quality.
They need to
And then,
they need to remake
yeah.
the G36 in real life and make it like the Battlefield one.
Well, here's what's interesting. I don't remember the gun company, but there's a gun company out there. It's like this one dude who charges like a shit ton of money, and I think it was the G36.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, hey, this gun is going to cost you 7 grand. But this guy hand builds all of them, fucking uses only the highest grade parts he can get his hands on, and actually, makes them up to their
Mm-hmm.
legendary status. And then now he's remaking like the MP7 remakes. And and like he's charging like around 4 grand a pop for them.
Damn, bro, get in that
Yeah,
bag.
like I'm glad because like the dudes taking guns are either discontinued but like super popular or just making these things to be as its highest quality and they're worth a lot secondhand because what he does is that he has a pre-order and then he gets that number or whatever number he wants to build
Mm-hmm.
and then has realistic expectations and then over like so many months he will build them in his like gun shop and then sell them. And yeah, it's cool. I
Yeah.
really wish I remember the name. I will probably write that down somewhere and look it up for next podcast and
Yeah,
bring up in the next gun corner.
because next week he will remember he was gonna do research beforehand for his gun
Here, I
corner.
will I will open up my fucking tab and type in G36 high quality clone.
I can't fucking find it.
Okay, so it's there. So there eventually I'm going to see it because oh, excuse me, I have hiccups. Just real quick, I've been emulating PS2 games and I've been playing NASCAR
Whoa,
fucking
whoa! For legal reasons, he has a PS2. I'm just kidding. Who fucking cares?
oh. Well, I checked local laws and whatnot, and like my ISP doesn't care, and my local laws don't care, and I don't know. If I get a knock on the door and people tell me to stop it, I will. But hey, I'm just joking. I actually do have a
I'm just
PS2.
joking. I'm
Yeah,
just joking.
yeah, I'm joking. I actually do have a
I have a
PS2.
PS2 as well.
Yeah, and I've been playing NASCAR Thunder, and let me tell you, shit back then was hard because shit was made bad.
Yeah, dude. Oh my
uh,
god. Controls were a fucking second thought in half these games. I swear to God.
yeah. But anyway, I've been looking up a lot of NASCAR Thunder stuff because I'm bad at the game, and I'll most likely see it, and I will look into it.
Yeah.
So I'll go find that fucking company that makes cool clones, and the 2,000 people listening, maybe one person will be like, "Huh, I have the money."
Yeah, we have to get royalties though because we advertised it.
Nah.
I'm joking. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I really rather support like good companies and give them free
Yeah.
advertisement.
So, in conclusion to the podcast, buy from them, buy Tony's chocolate, and buy some Patagonia, and you'll feel pretty
Yeah.
good about yourself at the end of the day.
Or
Or,
go out and fight for the free slavery and trafficking and whatnot.
or go do that too.
Yeah, go grab a FAL and go fight in Africa. Not the actual Africans. Go fight like the slavers.
Yeah, just go to a random place in Africa and just start shooting people. My brother in Christ, you're in Morocco. It's like pretty chill here. Like I don't know, like put that away.
Morocco.
Morocco mentioned. Morocco mentioned. Like flashing lights on the fucking screen.
Fucking. I thought it was South Africa. Isn't South Africa the good place?
Parts of it, but
I don't remember which side is the best one. I know Morocco has a lot of.
It's like spotty. Like I think it's basically
Yeah.
like I think it's either Ethiopia or Kenya. One of them, I think, is actually like pretty good. I think it's Ethiopia. They actually have like a pretty decent economy.
Good for them. I know that like Morocco
Somalia
has
is
like.
fucked though.
Yeah, I know Africa or not Africa. I know Morocco has like one of the highest like cell phone scam bullshits going on
Really?
over there. Yeah, like you know those like random calls that you get of like, "Hey, your car extended
Mm-hmm.
warranty is due." Apparently, a lot of them come from Morocco.
Bro, I didn't know till last year Casablanca was in Morocco. I thought that was like a Spanish or Portuguese place.
You know, honestly,
And that's bad for me because I'm like really into geography and shit, but I never fucking, I don't know.
I watched the movie Casablanca or Blanco, whatever you call it,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, this doesn't look like a Spanish country. And then I was like, this looks like Africa. I need to look this up. It's like, oh, it's in Morocco. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I didn't know until I was like doing some research just for some shit, and I'm like, "What, that's in Morocco?" I've never seen the fucking movie, but so
Yeah.
it was a big surprise for me.
There's just one last thing before we wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I knew a person that thought Egypt was in the Middle East, and this person is older than me and is in their like 40s and 50s.
It's like, I mean, in a sense, it's like the door to the Middle East, but like
It's in
it's not. But
Africa.
it's not. It is officially in.
Yeah.
Like I'm just giving like some level of defense, or I'm like it's like the door to the Middle East, but it is technically speaking, it is on the continent of Africa.
Yeah, I was like, there's a whole ass ocean separating the Middle East and Egypt.
Bruh, fuck the pyramids there. Go to the Bass Pro Shop pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, dude.
It's the real one. You know they have alligators there?
In Tennessee, I
No,
can
like
believe
no,
it.
at like that Bass Pro Shop in Memphis,
Oh,
Tennessee.
do they just have like real
Yeah,
gators
yeah.
chilling
'Cause
in the
you know
water?
how like they'll have like Bass Pro Shops will have
Fish?
fish.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's a cat on my desk. Yeah, they've got alligators there.
Fuck yeah, I won't feed her to an alligator.
Oh hell nah. And for that reason, that's why we're ending this goddamn episode.
I won't put some context on that, then we can end. One of our funny haha jokes in high school was we find like something really cute, like a Pokemon, and then we would just say some obscene shit like, "Oh, you're so cute. I just want to crush you with a
No,
fucking
because
axe."
that's like a legit thing though, bro. Like I literally want to like take my like, cause she weighs like 2 pounds. I literally just want to start crushing her to death. Not because I hate her or anything, but because I love her and she's so pretty and cute.
See, I have never had that feeling, and I just thought it was funny, and so I started saying it because it was just funny to me.
Like don't you want like a little cute little hamster? Don't you want to go like that with it?
No,
All right,
I think the I
I'm
think the
joking.
most,
I'm joking.
the most violent tendency I've ever had is I had my cat and I was holding him, and I was like, "You're so cute. I want to shake you," but I never
Shaken
did
baby syndrome.
it. shaking kitten syndrome.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, dog. It got limpy.
Nothing,
Alright.
nothing like ending this off with shaken baby syndrome.
You can shake my baby.
All right, and with that, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode. Watch next week for when the Capitol riots Part 2 happen.